Good morning. Welcome to YAP.
Good morning.
Kia ora, good
Today
morning.
on the panel, called it a panel now, we've got Curls
This is
Hello.
and we've got Jules.
Hello.
Welcome, Jules.
Jules' debut.
Woo!
Yay. I was just complaining about my frizzy hair, so
Yeah.
That's all right. It's
we're
all
in
good.
good company.
You look like you got your stuff straightened compared to us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We should be complaining.
Yeah.
It's like turn up in a suit. I look like crap. Like,
Oh man. All right, let's just jump right into it. I was having lunch the other day, and I used Heinz as the ketchup.
oh God, here we go.
Oh, the segue.
Yeah.
What
Nice.
a segue that
Good.
was.
Yeah, no, it only gets worse. You must
okay.
be new here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Heinz and just their legacy and their lasting impact, just the hold that they've had over the sauce game per se has been like something like extraordinary, and I think that one of the main reasons they've done so good is they're like timely, culturally relevant collabs.
Yeah.
And so, like, you were just going over the message this morning, and you're like, Absolute Vodka X Heinz?
That's crazy.
What the hell?
That's crazy. But so bold.
Yeah.
And I think it's good. I think it's really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Jules, can I ask you, what are some of like the biggest collabs that stick out to you when you think of Heinz?
Like, for sure, the Barbie collab. Like, that was phenomenal. Like, to get on that bandwagon, to do it the way they did it, that it was so on point. It was so, like, consumable as well. Like, you immediately wanted to get one. I don't know why I didn't.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed, like, really on point for me because I was obsessed with that movie. But it seemed to blow up, and I just think that they're pinpointing moments in cultural times where they're like, yep, let's latch onto this, and they execute it so well.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that was a huge one for me.
The barbecue, yeah. So it's they did like a play on words where they call it Barbie-Q sauce.
hello.
And it's basically just a regular barbecue sauce, but it's pink as hell.
Yeah.
That's
Pink
amazing.
as hell. Look.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can I just align how I feel like I've been like the stars have aligned for me to have this, especially ketchup conversation, because I gave Stan shit the other day for putting mustard on his sausages instead of ketchup.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
I watched an episode of The Simpsons the other day where Mr. Burns is like choosing between ketchup and catsup. And then also wait for it, Curls.
All right, I'm ready.
Ready?
I'm ready.
It's meant to be. It's meant to be.
What?
But
What?
it does say Heinzy because it's from Team.
Oh, no, that's
Who has this?
When you brought it out, I thought it was like a little bloody stress ball or something. That's your AirPods case.
Mate, like, who has this?
That's elite, Jules. That's sick.
I can probably this is probably what I can contribute, and then I'm done. But
no, that's more than us put together. That's amazing, Jules. What the hell?
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we were going over the topics yesterday, and she was like, after we were done, she
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, check this out," and I'm like, "What?
That's so cool.
How?"
That's so
primed for
cool.
it.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Heinz, like, I think their playfulness is also something to bring up and to talk about. I think just with the absurdity of their collabs is like one thing, but then they've also like they've recently came out with merch that's called Vintage Drip Collection.
Yeah.
And it basically is just a plain white tee
Drip.
with just like a sauce dripping on your shirt.
That's genius, man.
Who-
That's so
Whoever's
smart.
on their marketing team.
Well, do you know what as well, though? I'm going to interject here and use, for the first time in my life, my age to my advantage, in that I actually remember many, many years ago, I'm literally talking when I would have been like 6 years old. So we're talking a long time here.
So like 10 years.
I wish. Cheers, Jules. Oh, yeah, more like 25. But Heinz brought out a bright green ketchup. This is years and years, and they also brought out I think maybe like a year later, an orange ketchup. This goes way back, and I have a distinct memory of it because my mum was away one. That was it. That was the exact bottle. I had it when I was a kid.
I remember that.
Honestly, years and years and years ago. And I remember because my mum went away for one weekend and I was like literally 6 years old and my dad made like dinner for me and my sister. And I remember him using that and me being like, what is this? And he was just, bless him, was like trying to make it more fun because like, he just didn't know what to do. It's like, your mum was away, I don't know. He's from Newcastle, by the way. And anyway, I just remember it so, I remember thinking like, wow, like it tastes the exact same. And there's obviously a lot of people that would be like, turn my nose up to it. But there's also such a big subset of people, kids especially, who would absolutely love it. And yeah, so I think kudos to their current collaborations, but this ain't their first rodeo.
No,
you know
no,
what I mean? I think they've been doing this sort of thing for a while. And they also, as I say, brought a bright orange one, I think, at the exact same time. Crazy.
Dude, that's insane.
Crazy.
Going back to the stain t-shirt, like the reason behind that too is they wanted this, they kind of like brought in this sustainability thing of like not producing like more branded clothes and then just using plain white t-shirts and putting a stain on it. Like I could never wear that t-shirt because like stains on my t-shirt is like such a pet peeve. But I can understand, like, but in the same time, I would wear like paint stained jeans.
Paint splatter jeans. Yeah, that was
which is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And so they're really tapping into something that people are connecting with there.
Yeah.
And very clever marketing too, incorporating sustainability.
Did they also? Am I going mad? Did they recently bring out an everything sauce, which was like all the sauces they'd ever made combined into one? Yeah. But wasn't that part of something like wasn't there like some sort of voting? Yeah, that was it. The everything
it was a limited
sauce.
edition.
But was it not part of I could be going mad here. Part of a campaign where it was like vote for the best sauce and we lose the worst one or something, or was that?
No, I think that was another campaign where they came out with a bunch of different sauce combinations and then
and you voted
for the
right.
one.
Okay,
so
I'm
it's
with
like
it. Yeah,
jalapeno barbecue.
That was it. Yeah.
Mayo, yeah.
So they really are onto it, Heinz, and they've been around for so many years. This is awesome.
No, especially this every sauce thing. It's I mean, they've combined like 36 sauces or some like the sauce list is right
wow,
there.
Yeah,
Crazy.
wow.
And they've only limited it to 100 sauces in the UK. And that's it's a UK exclusive 100 person thing.
The one product that got me a bit like the in the stomach, like just kind of like was the orange mayo.
The chocolate.
It was a spread.
The chocolate one, chocolate orange mayo.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know. This is going to be controversial.
Go on.
But orange flavored chocolate. Who is eating this?
You guys in chocolate orange, like Terry's chocolate orange? Jules?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Who's eating this?
Okay.
People are.
Well, there's two separate things here because there's chocolate orange mayo and there's chocolate orange full stop.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. How do you feel about chocolate orange? Just so we're on the same page.
I think this might be the first time in my life I've ever disagreed with Jules. I like chocolate orange, Jules. Okay. Caveat.
Get him out!
Caveat.
I'm not leaving.
All right, caveat. I literally love chocolate and will eat any type of chocolate. That being said, chocolate orange is way down the list for me. It's way down the list. But the Terry's chocolate orange at Christmas? Oh, Jules,
absolutely
come on.
not. Like,
Jules.
I would swear if I could. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, swear away.
So my mum makes an amazing trifle pudding,
Oh, nice,
right? Like, it's my favorite
nice.
dessert of all time.
Yeah.
And one year she didn't have, like, she ran out of chocolate, and the only thing she had, because this is not chocolate, was orange chocolate.
Oh, not in a trifle.
And she
No.
grated it on top of the trifle, and I said, Mum, I can't do this. You've ruined my Christmas.
Yeah.
But it's because it's so powerful and it's spoiled. So this to me was
No, sorry. I'm actually sorry to interrupt. I'm actually now more on the same page. I guess I'm speaking specifically about you did get me specifically about Terry's chocolate orange because of nostalgia. But yeah, if like for example, matchmakers. I don't know if you have matchmakers in New Zealand. They're just like they're just like sticks. Yeah,
Cadbury
yeah, that's it. Yeah. So the mint one's incredible. The orange ones, they're grim. So yeah, all right. I do agree.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair enough. Ooh, that was close.
And also, am I yelling?
No,
I feel
you're
like
good,
I'm
you're good.
projecting my anger a bit
Good.
too
The
much.
louder the better.
The louder, but yeah.
Let's
Chocolate orange.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think they're like how they pick out their collabs is really interesting because again they don't like do just any and every collab ever.
Yeah,
they like do it strategically.
it's curated, right?
Yeah, and like obviously with like take the Barbie movie for example. Obviously it was like the biggest movie of the year whenever last year it came out.
Yeah.
And every brand on earth collabed with them. But this Heinz collab was one of the ones that stood out.
Yeah.
Because it's just like edible pink sauce. It just like on the mind it looks insane.
Trusted brand as well. Like
Yes. I think there's something in that where like it's a trusted brand, it's a trusted name, but then they're also like you can kind of tell that like they've nailed the previous generations.
Yeah.
And now they're like these collabs or these like outrageous moves are capturing the new generation. And suddenly they're like grabbing both and it's like is Waddy's the Heinz equivalent? Is it under the same brand, just Australia brand?
Oh, I don't know, but Waddy's and Heinz ketchup is very, very
I'm
different.
also
in
going
terms
mad
of
because I
taste.
think I had this revelation the other day that it's Heinz from the US because it's a real staple in
I'm
the
pretty
UK.
sure.
But I think it's one of those random things where it's just bigger.
Oh, we should have known
it is.
this,
It
probably.
is. It is American, but I just want to know if it was originally. It was bought by Kraft, American food
Pennsylvania.
company. Yeah, wow, it
John
was.
Heinz.
Yeah, it's the US, but it's a really weird one because it's like it's quite iconic in the UK. For beans on toast, which ironically the Americans absolutely hate us for, but it's a US company. Yeah, wow, okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
And I'll just put this out there as a question. You don't need to know the answer, but is this strategy, this selective partnerships, selective collabs, is it sustainable, or will the absurdity run out? Because how many pink sauces can you have? How many absolute vodka sauces can you have?
It's a good question.
I don't think it will run out. I think because there's always going to be new. I mean, sure, you run out of colours, but realistically, you can do anything. Like if the green one was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
If they brought out just off the top of my head a Rick and Morty one that was bright green to I don't know if you guys have seen Rick and Morty, but to represent the. What is it? The fluid, portal fluid or whatever. That would go off, and they've already done green ones. So you see my point? That's actually a really good idea, by the way. Heinz. You should do that. Literally, that's great.
I think they've been doing it for since 1931 or whatever it was. And did I just make that up?
I think that's the Rockefeller.
Oh,
155 years. 155 years.
155 years.
Yeah.
I think they would have failed now.
Yeah,
then.
you're totally right.
I think they would have found, they found out if they were doing it wrong.
They might run out of ways. They might run out of ways to present gimmicks. Because you're limited in flavour, you're limited in colour.
Yeah.
But in terms of actual collabs, no, I don't think. I think they'll keep cracking this. Yeah.
Because I think when you look at other brands, a lot of brands do that same thing. Think the biggest of the biggest, Coca-Cola, McDonald's. Every year they come out with some sort of collab that just
That you weren't expecting, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
So, rinse and repeat
Boom.
brands out there.
Yeah,
Tick.
100%.
Yeah. Now, yesterday I was talking to Jules, and she told me she had a trip to New York. When did you go to New York?
It was I've been a few times.
Yeah.
Nice.
But the first time I went to New York in winter, which is an experience.
Game changer, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, fully. Was probably about 5-6 years ago.
Beautiful.
What's New York like in the winter?
Oh, it's out of the movies.
Yeah.
It's out of the movies.
Yeah.
You feel like you're Kevin McAllister running around New York. Except for the, scary bird lady incident.
Yeah.
But it's and I've been to Rockefeller and seen the tree, and it's it is magical. And the weird thing they do is the rink that for,
Nice rink.
Of course.
for years I
Of
thought it was ring.
Thought it was a ring.
I thought it was called a ring.
Oh, ring.
Ice rink.
Ice ring. That's fair enough. There's worse mistakes
Because
to
rink
make.
is weird. Anyway.
Yeah, no, good point actually. Yeah, I back that.
So they ice skate around for a little while, and then this timer goes off, and everyone gets off the rink, and then some guy brings out his fiance and proposes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's oh, okay, great, and everyone claps, and then they go back to ice skating, and then they do it again 20 minutes later.
We didn't get the shot. We didn't
Yeah.
Well, it's
Not with the same person, but with a new
but I wouldn't be surprised. There was this thing just before we get back onto the Rockefeller thing. Very, very recently, I don't know if you saw this. There's a tour company that takes people around a bus, right, in New York, central New York, and what they do, and it's so cringe, but it's genius. They pay this woman who's a passerby to sort of walk past the coach with her headphones and just suddenly be and start dancing. And everyone, the coach is oh my God, this New York's crazy. And then they pay her to do that, obviously.
Yeah.
So my point is I wouldn't be surprised if they wheeled out a fiance every 20 minutes. But anyway, sorry, back to the
No,
Rockefeller.
So it originated in 1931.
Yeah.
And
There we go.
we got there.
Here's my knowledge.
Obviously that was during the Great Depression, and it started off as just a modest tree with homemade ornaments and stuff. And obviously fast forward almost 90 years from now, 90 years from then, it's it's the most extravagant Christmas tree I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Just the transportation of the stuff that makes the tree together costs $900,000.
That's obscene.
Yeah.
Just the transportation.
That's obscene.
Just the logistics.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Insane.
Yep.
That's madness.
Insane. And so, the numbers are stupid. There's 50,000 LED lights. The star itself has 3 million Swarovski crystals on it.
3 million Swarovski. That's
Just a star.
It's ludicrous.
Yeah, it's like
ludicrous.
1.5 million or something.
Yeah.
That
That's
sort of stuff.
crazy.
And so it's a little bit ironic that like yes, it started off during the Great Depression when it was just like a symbol of like togetherness and so on. And fast forward now, it's like the most expensive Christmas tree in the world, I think. And in New York, there's a 23% poverty line there, and people are like looking at that disparity. I'm like, how dystopian?
Yeah, yeah. But with all things, they get ruined over time.
Yeah, completely.
But I do understand it. Like this is polarizing because you hear stuff like that and you think, okay, well, it's a tree. You're cutting down a tree. You're transporting it from Massachusetts, I think it was, and you're putting this dead tree on display for all these people to kind of bask in the, crystals, whatever. But then you hear the story behind it, this particular tree, and you hear what it meant to this family. It was like 57 years ago, this newlywed couple, planted this tree in their backyard. Their family grew up around this tree. They've got these beautiful pictures of their, like their children, their grandchildren playing under this tree. And then it was something like 2 days after the matriarch of the family died, the gardener for Rockefeller knocked on their door and said, "Would like to use your tree as the tree in Rockefeller."
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was this full circle moment for this family, and they were so honoured, and they're going to be part of New York history, and that's going to be a story forever in their family.
Damn, that's awesome.
And like when you hear stuff like that, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, it makes it a bit more okay. Yeah, I think. Look, I'm not gonna do something crazy here. Jules, I'm obsessed with London. I love it, and I always defend it. I'm about to attack London in favour of New York. Nice. I think the Christmas tree at the Rockefeller Centre, right? Before we get onto any of the morality of it, cosmetically, it's amazing, right? What a triumph it is, right? In London, so Trafalgar Square, are kind of equivalent. So there's a tradition that we get sent the Christmas tree every single year. I don't know if you guys know this, from Norway. Okay. So since World War II, as a way of Norway saying thank you to the UK for defending Europe and whatever, they send us the Christmas tree every single year. Let me tell you now, I defend London every single day. Looking at the embarrassment that is Trafalgar Square and its pathetic little Christmas tree. Sorry to the Norwegians, I love you guys. Honestly, Trafalgar Square is a shambles, and the rubbish, crappy fireworks. And I will say, the Rockefeller Centre and the Christmas tree, it is gorgeous, isn't it? And I think there's a really interesting discussion to be had. Obviously, it is obscene to have a $1.5 million star while you say, well, people are starving, 23% poverty line, of course. I do think, though, there are things like that offer greater social cohesion, that do have wider benefits to society, rather than just taking that 1.5 million and just plowing it into soup kitchens. That being said, doesn't need to be 1.5 million. Absolutely not. That is obscene. Scale it back a bit and put that money into initiatives for young people or homeless people, whatever. But I do think there is a need, like you say about people like coming together every year. There is a need for that sort of thing, and you can't really put a price on that.
And that's not to say it's like the big bad evil of New York City. Like,
no.
It's said that it attracts 750,000 tourists every year.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's a lot of business. That's a lot of money.
There was this beautiful quote that we read. Was it from Sophie?
Ooh, give me a second.
I'm excited about this. From Sophie.
Ready?
Go on.
I feel like it's from. Ready? I'm priming for it.
Okay, go.
It was. Oh, I'm going to butcher it now. Hold on. Okay.
Go on.
It was. Christmas is not a time not only to look up but to look around.
Yes.
Oh, hello.
That's the nail on the head. You got it.
Oh, Jules, that was cool as heck. That was really good.
I mean, I think that sums it up perfectly.
That's lovely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's become such a staple of like New York winter, New York Christmas season that all the brands have been using it as like backdrops and stuff. Like, you almost can't picture New York City in December without that.
Well, this is why, as people who move over from the UK to here or from the US or wherever, we always get, because I've spoken to people in the office about this, there is a real, you can't say like, oh, one Christmas is better or not, but when you have a summer Christmas, it just doesn't feel at all like Christmas. Whereas I feel like if you're used to summer Christmases and you go and have a winter Christmas, you are like, oh gosh, like it is quite, don't get me wrong, summer Christmas is amazing. It's the best time, it's so fun, but it's not the same, it doesn't feel the same level of like romance, because exactly as you guys have said, they use it in every backdrop to every film. It's the Christmas tree, it's the light, it's everything. Whereas here, a Christmas light's a thing. Like when they, it's a very, very big thing in the UK that in your town, the big switch on of the Christmas lights, which happens like the first week of December, there's like a local celebrity and there's like a big ceremony. It's like you count down from 10 and they do the thing and all the lights in the town start to turn on. I mean, the energy bill, let's not even discuss it. But yeah, it's a really big thing. Whereas here, because obviously it's light until like 9:30.
Well, we have a road, which is Franklin Road, where they light up their street.
Okay.
But that's like them, like it's not.
Oh, that's like a residential thing, is it?
Yeah, it's just one
okay.
street.
Yeah.
It's not a
But
thing.
this-
and
but-
it's like at 10:30 at night.
Yeah, because for me, summer Christmas is a hat on a hat, right?
Yeah.
Summer, amazing. Christmas, amazing. Combine them together, whoa. But then how do you get through winter? That's what I mean.
Yeah, no.
Christmas in the UK,
Yeah.
because it's so miserable in December and January, and it's so cold
Do you
and
know
dark.
how you get through winter? It's like you take off.
Yeah, why do you think I'm here? Why do you think I'm here? That's why, because I left the UK in January, honestly. But yeah, in July, I think I'll have to be thinking, hang on a minute, what's going on? Santa, where are you? Yeah, not good.
I mean, with the tree, I think like it's always good to have somebody that's like from the social responsibility on your team, kind of like aspect of it.
Definitely.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with that being said, guys, thanks so much for tuning to the YAP podcast. Carlos, Jules, any final words?
Just thank you so much to Jules. All this was awesome. Such
Amazing
good energy.
debut.
Yeah,
One
it
of the
was,
strongest
this was
debuts.
seriously, I would say ever.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was great. Let's do this
Yeah.
again.
Yes, I enjoyed this
Yeah.
immensely.
Yeah.
I think we need to just shout out.
Yeah.
Heinz.
Henzi.
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 Henzi
Look
Heinz.
at that. Yeah. And as they
Henzi.
say, beans
And
means Heinz. Go
Also,
on.
it says 2,800 mil and 3.3 kgs.
2.8 litres
Yeah.
of ketchup. That is a.
Guess there's only one way to find out.
That is
This
huge.
is a little inaccurate, I'm going to say.
Damn.
All right.
Cheers,
Thank you so-
guys.
See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
See ya.
Peace.